Everybody, welcome back to another reaction stream. It is Thursday. We are live on Twitch, soon to be multi-streaming on YouTube and Twitch as soon as we get caught up. But right now, it is just on Twitch. So if you're watching on Twitch right at this second, go ahead and hit the follow button. And make sure your notifications are on, so that way you know exactly when I'm live. Haven't been keeping to the schedule very well, but obviously once that starts multi-streaming, that will be kept very strictly. Be on the lookout for that. It will be updating as soon as those times and dates are formalized. It'll be about 2 days a week. I'm assuming based on current amount of videos per month, it'll be about 2 days a week. And then the last week of the month will be 1 day a week. And then let's see. Still going to do the one gaming stream. So I guess it's still 2 streams a week, but instead of 3, it'll be 2. Welcome back. I hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. This is basically the Friday for the channel, the last stream of the week. That's a reaction stream. We have Saturday's gaming stream. I'm going to talk about that in 2 seconds. Hope you're having a great start to your Thursday. If you're watching this later on YouTube, hope you've had a great Thursday. You're going to have a great Friday and all those things. I'm not going to be here, obviously, Friday, so I hope you have a fantastic Friday. How about that? Let's go ahead and jump into the start here. Let's see. Do I have it up? I do. Go ahead and head over to toddreacts.com. Sign up for the series or season tiers if you'd like to request your own videos to appear in these streams. You can actually request 2 YouTube videos a month. Time being, that is the case. If you'd like to sign up for basically just a month-long movie ticket where you can watch the longer episode reactions, which, by the way, here is a list of what you can expect behind the paywall. It's $5 a month. Think of it like well, I guess it's less than a movie ticket at this point. I just went to a movie and I think it was like $13 a ticket, which is interesting. I remember when it used to be $1 a ticket, but clearly that is no longer the case. But there is that. Let's go ahead and pull up. All right, here we go. There we go. So head on over to toddreacts.com. I don't know what was happening there. That was very strange. But just a heads up on this as well, go over and subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, the Todd Reacts channel, the main channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you don't have a YouTube account, go ahead and sign up for one. It is free. It is easy. Takes about 2 seconds. You don't have to use the Gmail account at all. You can just use it to sign in to YouTube. Just think of it like a username, basically. And that way you can follow your favorite creators, not just me. I'm talking, multiple people. And it's so much easier to keep track of the videos they post, stay current, as opposed to just dealing with the homepage. I used to be there before I started doing YouTube. I literally had no account, and I would just rely on the YouTube algorithm, which never worked well. I would lose track of people constantly, and then 6 months later, I'm like, oh, who's that? Oh, that's right. I used to watch them all the time. What happened to them? Meanwhile, I missed like 6 months worth of content. But go ahead and join YouTube for free. It is easy. Subscribe to the channel when you do, and you will have a feed, a personalized feed of everyone you subscribe to. If they have a new video, it'll have a little blue dot next to their profile icon, and it'll actually list chronologically what videos are posted in what order, which is very cool. You can literally just go boom, 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 and watch them all. Fantastic. I absolutely love it. I wouldn't be preaching it if it didn't matter. Obviously it matters to me. It doesn't mean I earn more money, but it certainly helps me, retain viewers. You can see what I'm posting. Maybe it's something that interests you, maybe it doesn't. You get to see, right? So come on today and subscribe. Thank you. There's my pitch. There's my pitch. I hope it was a good one. Let me know if it was a good one. Go ahead and subscribe to the Todd Reacts Plays channel as well. Oh, before I move on from that, last month, 84% of the view time of the people that were viewing the channel, basically, last month of April, 84% were not subscribed. So go ahead and do so today. If I had 84% more subscribers, I would actually be, pretty pretty interesting in this race of subs, if you will. It's just more people to okay, I'll think of it like this. Or just think of it like this. If the more people that subscribe to the channel gives the channel more clout, if you will, or more gravitas, if you will, more people are likely to click onto it, which means our community grows, which is super cool. And if you're in the Discord, or if you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. It is super entertaining. It means more people are talking. It means more people are having discussions. It's very fun. And we've updated the Discord, by the way. Got a lot of new things. When you first join, you hit the welcome area. You can introduce yourself. You can request a channel. So all you have to do is just say, hey, can I get a channel for whatever I'm interested in? And I go, yeah, sure. And then I create it for you. You can literally post whatever you want in there. As long as it's, not crazy, not like against TOS or whatever. But, you can have discussions. You can create polls. You can meet other people that like what you like. You can post memes. You can post upcoming news about renewed seasons, canceled, whatever you want. The characters. Who's your favorite character? Who's your least favorite character? All that good stuff. We have a ton of channels right now. IBL series, Dinunu, Bridgerton, Anime, Danmei, BTS, 911, Doctor Who, Umbrella Academy, Shadow and Bone. I tried to do it in one breath and I couldn't. Shadow and Bone, Dead Boy Detective, Six of Crows, Law and Order, SVU, and your channel could be next. And then we have some fun categories. Gaming, you can talk everything about games. You can meet up with people to play games together, etc. Post all the memes you want. Memesapalooza. All your furry friend pictures every day. You can post every single day. You can post multiple times a day. Go for it. It's always fun to see people's pets. Need some advice area. Book club. What are you reading? What would you like to read? What are all those dusty books on your bookshelf that you haven't read yet? Post your food. Food is always entertaining. I don't know what it is about it, but it is wonderful to see. I've posted a couple of my meals on there. Rant rave. You can just rant about whatever you want in there. Honestly, rant whatever you want. Music. What are you listening to? What do you like to listen to? What are some songs that you think other people would like to listen to, etc. Artists, you know what to do. What are you working on? What have you worked on in the past? All that good stuff. We're always interested to see what's going on. And you can share your ideas and tips and tricks and all that good stuff. So join the Discord. We have 63, I think, at this point. 63 members. It's free. It's easy to join. The link is in the YouTube description. It's on the website, toddreacts.com. It's on the Twitch profile. It's everywhere. So if you want to join today, please do so. We are working towards 100 members and beyond. It'd be cool to get all of you in there. That'd be really neat. Because we would have so many discussions going on. As you can see right now, 911, Umbrella Academy, Shadow and Bone, those are all being talked about as we speak. So go ahead and join today. That's my plea. I hope you enjoy it. It is a space for all of us to kind of come together. I'm in there literally all the time. So if you want to talk to me, you can do it through there. Oh yeah, almost forgot. Let's move on from that. Let's go to the Todd Reacts Plays channel. Oh, let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. Hold on. There we go. Todd Reacts Plays channel. Subscribe today. It is gaming streams. I live stream via Twitch and this Todd Reacts Plays channel. I do a Fortnite stream. It's on both. Those are kind of random. And if you have notifications on, you'll know exactly when. Get notified. And then I have my weekly Saturday gaming stream. For right now, it's Saturdays. It seems to be the easiest time for me to get on. I'm doing Life is Strange Chapter 5 this Saturday. You see the upcoming stream there. Chapter 5. Looking forward to it. Chapter 4 ended crazy. That was a crazy ending. It was unbelievable. I didn't even see it coming. It was fantastic. So I'm excited for Chapter 5 and figuring out how this all ends or ties together. There are other installations of Life is Strange. And you're probably wondering, wait, why'd you go from Fortnite? Because I got a comment on this. Why'd you go from Fortnite to Life is Strange? Well, Fortnite's just something I enjoy, so I'm going to randomly play it. I want you all to come along with me, and I have the mic set up so you can actually hear random people, and I play with random squads, and you can actually hear them. So it gets a little spicy sometimes, but it's very interesting. It's very fun. Sometimes it's frustrating. Sometimes it's the greatest team to ever assemble. But and Life is Strange. Why Life is Strange? I actually did a poll in the Discord as well as on the channel Todd Reacts Plays, as well as on the main channel, because I didn't have the Todd Reacts Plays channel set up yet. That literally said, from these games, what would you like me to play next? So the people decide what game I'm going to play next, and then Fortnite's just going to be mixed in throughout. So go ahead. Yes, it did just start. You are on time, Will. You are on time. And go ahead and check out the winter collection. It is leaving in just over a day. 1 day, basically 9 hours. 1 day and 9 hours from now. It'll be switching over to the summer collection. You might have seen the ad. I paid for an ad. Just kind of test the YouTube ad system. I've never done it before. And it was interesting. It was interesting. It got a lot of views. What that means, I have no idea. I'm just figuring this stuff out. You know, I'm very noobish to all this. But go ahead and check out the winter collection. It ships worldwide. 15% off for website members. If you're a channel member on YouTube, you get 5% off. There's a little promo code. You just put it in when you're ordering. But if you're a member on the website, it's just automatically deducted. You don't have to do anything. So go ahead and check that out today. I'm obviously right now wearing the heavyweight hoodie in a ton of colors. There is a unbelievable amount of colors here to select. I'm obviously in the forest green, as you can see, but there's a ton of different colors, different sizes. We go from small all the way to 3X. And you know what's kind of neat? I just figured this out a couple streams ago. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome. Welcome back. When I'm live on Twitch, it literally pops up to say gift to Twitch chat. So if you want to gift to somebody in the chat and it selects somebody randomly in the chat, you can literally gift anything on the store to someone watching on Twitch. Isn't that crazy? That's awesome. I didn't know that was a thing until I finally clicked on one of these when I was live, and I'm like, wait, what? So that is really cool. Really neat. I designed the whole website myself, which took a lot of time and a lot of effort. I didn't know what I was doing for most of it, but eventually I figured it out. So go ahead and check those out. Obviously, if you're unaware, there's a ton of accessories, and there's going to be much more. You obviously recognize the travel mug. The desk mat is on the desk in front of me. It's kind of hard to show because it's literally under everything, but I've had that since day one of the new website. I do wear the hat quite a lot. I wore it for the last gaming stream. I usually wear it out, so I usually don't wear it on stream or wear hats on stream, but I do wear it quite a bit. And that throw blanket is currently on my couch. So go ahead and check those out. It is super soft too, by the way. I'm not joking when I say soft and cozy. It is soft and cozy. So go ahead and check those out. New summer collection will be dropping. You just saw the ad for it at the beginning there. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's see, what do we got? What's the first one? Oh, let's get rid of that. Oh my gosh, what is happening? What is happening? There we go. Jeez. OBS is playing with me right now. It's toying with me. I don't like it. Let's go ahead and jump into the first video. It is Marcus and Shyy, or Shyy. Their story from the show Deadly Class. I've never heard of it. So obviously, if you're unfamiliar, we're going to be looking into it, looking up some information on it after the video, where I inform myself and also you all if you're not familiar with it. And then we go on from there. So let's go ahead and jump in. I think the volume is okay. We'll see.
Most nights I pray. A track running in the background. I pray for a way out. Away from another institution. Away from another monster. Away from another cage. I pray for help.
You satisfied with your life?
Me? Yeah. I eat trash and I sleep in piss. Everything according to plan.
Speak to Master Lin with
Oh,
respect.
dang.
Master Lin can eat my shit.
All right,
Master Lin
Marcus.
can protect you from the cops. And once he's done with you, you'll be able to protect yourself from anyone. Not to be a dick, but what do you have to lose?
Nothing.
Wait! I bet it used to seem very significant.
Used to. What do you know?
I know you don't have anyone. I didn't either.
Whoa.
And his greatest weakness?
His need for friends and family. Love, pain, nostalgia. Year by year, it doesn't hurt so much anymore.
I'm not what you think I am. I'm not like you.
Well, if it's all bullshit, then why did you come here?
You told me to. You kissed me.
That was an assignment. Lynn would have failed me if I didn't bring you back.
What about her? Oh, young man's got his eye on the unobtainable Shyy. Part valedictorian, part prom queen, 100% bitch. Kids always go for dickheads.
Dang.
During the pop quiz, you were awful close to Marcus.
Lynn made him a secret pledge.
So anything that Psycho does is on your ass?
Yeah. You're such a spaz.
God, it's so obvious.
What?
You want to get married and have babies and hump on the washing machine all day and...
Or you're my pledge. And I'm obligated to keep you alive, which means anything you do comes back on me.
Hey, Brandy.
You bigoted piece of shit!
Oh, wow.
Shithead! He's drunk! I'll deal with it!
You've been trying to get yourself killed all night. I get what's going on. Willie, the assignment?
Not on me. You did it.
What kind of crazy shit you pulled us into, Shyy?
What do they want?
Me.
Okay, then why are you the one dealing with it?
Hey,
I
at
was
least
gonna
let me
say,
die.
is that the girl from To All the Boys I Loved Before?
My cousins. They're here to take me home. I didn't exactly leave Tokyo on good terms.
Ooh.
What did you do?
I killed someone who deserved it.
I didn't think it was gonna feel this way.
It's not supposed to feel good. Misery loves company. But the second lesser known part is company doesn't much care for misery.
Guys always go for girls they can't have.
You like him?
Ah, as if. You're gonna kill every guy you look at?
I'd say looking at is minimizing what you were doing.
How do I get myself into this shit?
Unless you were just planning on looking at his dick.
She's your responsibility.
Responsibility? What? You act
Maybe
like
I
we're
should have hit that
married.
explicit language
I
content
don't know
label.
what the hell is wrong with her.
Maria kills Chico and leaves us all royally fucked, but let's not upset her.
I shouldn't have come to you.
Of course.
I think it was a bit of an oversight at this
You
point.
make this about you.
It is about me. It's about us. And of course, I'm worried about her.
I want to stay with Marcus. He wants to dance with me.
But that's not the reason why you're mad at me. Is it?
Care for another human is to correct your own greatest weakness. If you love someone enough to die
That's a
for
lot of information. It is indeed.
I'm not leaving you.
They would slaughter you to get to me.
then you
A
should.
lot of trauma bonding or something going on.
Maybe it's not that.
A little love triangle kind of
You're
thing.
jealous. Shyy, you know, I'll never.
Never what? You shot a fucking arrow at us, Maria, you bitch.
What were you doing?
Okay.
Wait, stop.
But if you get everyone killed tomorrow and you screw it up, I'm the one stuck paying the price.
Shyy! I have to tell you something. It's not what you think.
You're drunk.
At Shabnam's party,
When you were trying to kiss me.
Good grief.
he clearly misunderstood.
Everybody needs you.
Many Japanese believe our relationships are predestined by a red string the gods tie to the pinky fingers of people who find each other.
String of fate.
It can never tangle or stretch, but it won't break.
I'd say she was a little jealous about her friend getting with him. Getting with Marcus.
I finally found a reason to live. In a place surrounded by death. He told me I didn't have to be alone.
You don't have to be alone.
Is the boy leaving?
No. Everything I'm willing to die for is right here.
Oh. What a love story, huh? Friends to lovers, basically. Or kind of like a mentor to lovers. Excellent edit. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original. Go throw out some much-deserved love. That was building quite a bit. Ended on a sweet note. Indeed it did. Indeed it did. Wow. That was, I was trying to piece together what exactly that felt like. Had kind of a, I don't know, like a X-Men kind of like an academy where, no, not really, because it was almost like they're just meant to become assassins in a way. Obviously, it seemed like her first kill, so he was kind of coaching her through it, so maybe he had been through it before. And it seemed to affect her quite a lot. But he was there for her, which probably ultimately led to her having some sort of romantic feelings for him. I don't know, maybe like X-Men first class of superheroes or something. Kind of that teen, young adult kind of vibe to it. What kind of world this is set in? Well, we're about to find out. Let's go ahead and do that because I am at a loss. I love the tone of it. I love the feel. It's, you know, it's obviously young adult, so it's a little bit more relatable. Trying to figure out the ropes as opposed to grizzled veterans that, you know, had been assassins for a while. The lighting was beautiful. It was dark, but you could still see things, right? It wasn't like, I always say it, but Game of Thrones Season 8 where it was just dark, and you're just like, trying to adjust like the brightness on your TV. Like, what's happening? It was beautifully lit, what I'll say. Let's go ahead and bring up some information on the show. What it's all about. TV series, Deadly Class, American action drama television series. For sci-fi, based on the comic book series of the same name, published by Image Comics. It did have Lana Condor, who was in To All the Boys I Loved Before. Thought she looked familiar. I was trying to piece it together that entire time. And I was just like, what have I seen her in? Set in the late 80s. Always a good time period. The series revolves around King's Dominion, an elite private academy where students are trained to become assassins. Very interesting. The series was picked up for an order of 10 episodes. Black comedy. I always like black. Morbid, dark. Very interesting. It reminds me of Deadpool a lot. Series premiered in 2019, received mixed reviews from critics, many praising the cast, visuals, okay, and choreography, while criticizing the tone. I kind of like the tone. Dang. And pacing. Oh, well, Series was canceled in June 2019. Oh my gosh. So they ordered 10 episodes January and canceled it in June. 10 episodes only? Oh my god. Well, they didn't have much time to build the world, I'd say. Set in a dark, heightened world against the backdrop of a late 80s counterculture, Deadly Class follows a homeless, disillusioned teen, Marcus, who is recruited into King's Dominion. A story to, you know what that kind of reminds me of? Is Kingsmen, where the kid is like just a kind of a scrapper off the street, and then they bring him into this assassin world, and it's like high class, suits and everything, and a story to elite private school, chiefly serving the offspring of the world's top crime families. That's interesting. Maintaining his moral code while surviving a ruthless curriculum, vicious social cliques, and his own adolescent uncertainties. Could you imagine the cliques? Could you imagine the groups of kids that are some of the, like, have the worst influences in the world, just crime families? The amount of vitriol that they would have for each other. Like high school or, growing up in school is hard enough for like bullying and cliques and popular people and not popular people, whatever. You imagine if everyone in your school was a crime family kid? Oh my gosh. And his own adolescent uncertainties soon prove vital for the youth. Interesting. It's probably just the editing which made it good. Oh yes, but less edgy teenager, right? Okay, so she's the leader of the Kuroki Syndicate and Marcus's sponsor. So she's kind of showing him the ropes. Reminds me of Hitman Reborn. That's fun. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Honestly, it's a shame it only lasted 10 episodes. That's crazy. It must have. Oh, Lord. Oh. My question is, when did they air this on Sci-Fi? Was it like Tuesday at 11 p.m. or something? Like, did it have a good time? A time slot, good day of the week, etc. Like, this is crazy. It only averaged the first episode 355,000 people. That's not a lot. That is not a lot. Dang. Then it went up 438. Look at that. It went up again 516, 416, 365, 355, 372. It never cracked 1 million. But then again, Sci-Fi is a good channel. It used to be better. I used to watch it a lot growing up because it usually had some pretty decent shows. But there's so much competition for content at this point. Like, I feel like this show would have been so much better on Netflix. Just unbelievably better on Netflix. That's really too bad. That is really too bad. But who knows? Maybe that's 10 really great episodes that just didn't have, the marketing budget, or people didn't know about it, or people didn't, give it a shot because it was on Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi, if you're unaware, to American audience, it is very niche. Very niche. It's a basic cable channel that tends to get buried quite a bit. But yeah, that's too bad. It didn't really get much of a chance there. I bet if they released that on Netflix, it would have a heck of a resurgence. And they might actually, pick it up and buy it, because I'm assuming they could buy it for cheap. Considering it didn't get over 1 million viewers. I'm assuming they could just buy the rights to it. All right, so apparently, including DVR and all that stuff, it cracked 1 million. A couple times. So maybe we add that as well. So maybe it did crack 1 million with the DVR viewers. You know what? We probably should count that because in the day of streaming, I don't know how many people are watching things live. We usually watch things on our time, right? I mean, most of the audience was in the key demo right here. A good portion of it. 18 to 19, or 18 to 49. That's a good demo. Those are the highest buyers. That's why it's a key demo. You want as many people in that age range as humanly possible. Rotten Tomatoes, the series has an approval rating of 64% based on 36 views. Not bad for critics. Website's critical consensus reads, despite well-executed action and smart casting, struggles to meet the mark by other spooky teen shows. What? Spooky teen shows. Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned it a 58 out of 100 based on 13 critics. You know, I bet it's a lot better than they lead it to be. Because that looked a lot better than most sci-fi originals. That looked way better. Sci-fi shows typically have like a sheen to it, where it's just kind of like, not the best looking. But that looked like a Netflix show, honestly. At least. Mysterious and guarded with a dangerous reputation, Shyy is driven to be the valedictorian of King's Dominion, and nothing will stand in her way. Kuroki Syndicate. Part valedictorian, part queen, 100% biatch. Shy's mysterious and guided persona comes loaded with a dangerous reputation. When she sets herself to a task, nothing stands in her way. She is described by Master Lin as the most deadliest assassin the Academy has ever seen. She is often recruited by Master Lin to complete numerous tasks, one of them being getting close to students at the Academy, analyzing their behavior and weaknesses, and report back to Master Lin. She is seen as cold, ruthless, skilled, and fearsome, easily taking down people who hurt, trying to kill her. She developed feelings for Marcus, as we saw. So there's a crack in that armor. There's a little crack. And this became a liability as Maria, her best friend, also liked Marcus. Yikes. As we saw, that was a little interesting. Her friendship with Maria was very unusual, as the Soto Vatos and the Kuroki clan did not get along. This resulted in the betrayal of her own clan, kidnapping Maria and attempting to kill her as revenge for framing Yukio, but Shyy took them down with ease and freed Maria. Shyy was instructed by Master Lin to guard an address with her life, telling her not to let him down, but Shyy had already made plans to take down Chester, and she ultimately chose to help her friends. Oh boy. That's a problem with teen assassins. They probably don't listen very well and go off on their own. Not knowing that the house she was guarding resided Master Lin's supposed dead wife and daughter. Hello. Had she guarded the house, Master Lin's wife would not have been killed by the Soto Vatos as revenge for hiding the downfall of Chico, as well as Lin's daughter by being taken by his sister. Madame Gao taking her to the great exam, training her to be a killer. She helped to take down Chester, but as she was almost killed by one of his followers, Maria stood there and watched as she knew about the affair she had with Marcus. Shyy frustrated and left them to deal with Chester themselves, stating that she risked everything to be there and to help them, and that they were ticks, and they kept draining and dragging her down with them. Master Lin would always send Shyy out to keep an eye on Marcus, even went as far as making her Marcus's valet. Anything that he does wrong will be pinned on her. Oh boy. As we saw. She was also aiming to be valedictorian, as she was the most skilled killer at the Academy, but ever since Marcus, she had been off the grid. It is unknown where she went, as the show was canceled after one season. That is too bad. Used a katana. Watched Marcus for months. She convinced Marcus to join and was his first mentor. She does cocaine, hey-oh, with her friend Maria, but soon found herself at ends with Maria due to both of their love interest conflict with Marcus. Ooh, a little love triangle. A little love triangle. Just a little one. All partying, they found a deadly encounter with Chico. Just read. Later, Shyy slept with Marcus after a night of partying. Hey-oh. She also tracked down... I'll have you read that name on your own. F-Face. And the group attacked the house to retrieve Chico's head. Decapitated head. That's wonderful. However, Maria almost let Shyy die during the raid. She had discovered her love affair. Wow, that is brutal. Read a little bit about Marcus here. Orphan boy who was recruited into King's Dominion. Obviously, as we just read, Shyy looked after him, mentored him. Personality, a loner. Sarcastic, brash, and scrappy. He's attention-starved and desperate for affection. Well, I mean, he is an orphan, so you're going to have a bit of those traits, just, unknowingly. As his parents were killed by a woman who jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge to end herself, as we'll say on YouTube, he blames Ronald Reagan for virtually all his problems and says that he's going to end him, to which he's made fun of by Lex and Billy. Skilled artist, seen doodling and composition notebooks throughout the series. Works at a comic book store. Not into Marvel or X-Men. Very into the band The Smiths. Marcus and Shyy have a on-again, off-again relationship. Partially romantic on both sides. Marcus immigrated from Nicaragua to the United States when he was 5. Lost both his parents to a woman who threw herself off the bridge. Killing both of them on impact. The woman had been recently released from a mental institution because Reagan had cut funding to mental health facilities, as you read there. Marcus ended up at a foster home sweatshop. What? It was a sweatshop foster home? Good grief. That's kind of a weird... I think she did, right? He lost both of his parents to a woman who threw herself off the bridge. I'm assuming she did. Maybe not. That is kind of left ambiguous, isn't it? It never fully says it, because it says lost both of his parents to a woman who threw herself off the bridge. But then it says ending them both on impact. What? I don't know. That's very ambiguous. Let us know down below in the YouTube comments. Fill us in. Marcus was homeless after he was accused of committing the Sunset Boys Home massacre. Recruited by Master Lin. Lin didn't know Marcus was partially innocent in that. He created the nail bomb that ruined Chester Wilson's face, his roommate, and set the fire at the boys' home, but Chester ultimately ended everyone else. He was kidnapped by Maria, Willie, Shyy, Billy, and Lex, who brought him to King's Dominion. Didn't believe that he had a chance at anything good, telling Master Lin to kick rocks, we'll say, and leave. He was found by Shyy while contemplating ending himself, we'll say, but accepted Sya's offer to come back. She kisses him and tells him he doesn't have to be alone. Gains a reputation as being a... Yikes. How the heck do I describe that on YouTube? Ending pause children. He finds a doll with a knife in its forehead and a note saying that in his locker. Maria tells him that half of the school is scared of him. Well, that's, you know what? If half the school of assassins is scared of you, that might not be a bad thing. Maybe if they feel threatened, like they want to get you before you get them. But if they're scared of you, that might actually be okay. You might actually be okay with that. Good grief. What an interesting sounding show. I'm sad that it only got 10 episodes. And it's probably because it was buried on like a Wednesday at like 10 p.m. on Sci-Fi. That's probably the reason. That might mean you're good at your job. Right. Exactly. Exactly. If a group of assassins are scared of you, that's a good thing. I think I'm going to, wear that with a badge of honor, But let's go ahead and jump into the next video. It is... I guess I didn't read out the what's all going today, but obviously you read the title. Deadly Class, which we just watched. Sound of Magic. The Sound of Music. The Sound of Magic. Jujutsu Kaisen and his Dark Materials. And then we end it with Doctor Who. We're kind of going all over the place, but that's the stream. That is the stream. I randomly pick videos that have been requested by ToddReacts.com members, and we just kind of have a smorgasbord, if you will, a variety. I like the variety. I hope you do as well. As always, I put timestamps down below in the description if you want to jump around or whatever. But yeah, let's jump into this and see what's up. There is some subtitles, English subtitles on this, so I'm just preparing myself mentally.
어떻게 살아야 잘 사는 걸까? 설이 들지 않는 아이는 그 질문에 어떻게 대답할까? 그 답은 과연 틀린 답일까?
당신 마술을 믿습니까?
진짜 그만 좀 하세요. 나 안 믿어. 안 믿어, 마술 같은 거. 다 큰 어른이.
난 진짜야.
이런 문 닫은 놀이동산에서.
난 진짜라니까.
나 정말 믿고 싶거든. 조금 늦었지만
나이가 좀 들어도 산타 마술 뭐 이런 거 좀 믿고 좋아하면 안 되나?
나한테도 진짜 산타가 찾아온 거라고. 다시는 저 찾아오지 마세요.
I don't believe in magic, but I do believe in the illusion. That's always cool.
그동안 너무 힘들고
I don't mind magic tricks from like David Blaine and whatnot, because it's always interesting. They figure out a way to make it seem so strange and like it could be a thing,
우리 미녀가
The movie The Illusionist was fantastic.
많이 아파.
What's the other movie? Prestige. Great movie.
하기 싫은 일을
Christopher Nolan.
네가 하고 싶은 일도
Christian Bale.
너무 차갑지 않니? 네가 서 있는 그 길 말이야.
슬프면 슬픈 만큼
미녀야, 괜찮아?
소리내어 올 수 있는 진짜 아이였는데
내 목소리 들려.
세상을 다 잃은 듯한 지금의 아저씨처럼.
이런 버려진 유원지에 숨어 사는 주제에 그렇게 행복한 척 연기하지 마.
아무도 믿어주지 않으면요?
아무도?
네.
그럼 너는?
The parrot is so big.
그렇게 현실을 걱정하던 애가 마술사라니.
너도 나를 못 믿어?
한편으로는 진짜 류민혁답다 싶기도 했고요.
마술사 때문에 나 엉망진창 영업하는데 예전으로 다시 돌아가고 싶긴 하다.
나는 그 누가 뭐래도 그건 중요하지 않다고 나한테 말해줄 수 있는 사람, 그리고 나를 믿어줄 수 있는 사람. 그거 못해.
너도 믿고 나도 믿어. 말해. 나를 못 믿어? 그럼 된 거 아니야?
This is a really emotional love story.
아저씨가 진짜 마술사라면 내가 걸린 이 아스팔트 저주도 풀어줄 수 있어요.
너 방금 위로받았잖아.
나는 포기한 적 없고
I know there's filters on this edit, but it just looks beautiful.
미래에 너 자신 있어. 아이 없구나. 와, 넌 어른이 돼서도 그럼 계속 아이겠다, 그치?
어른이 되고 싶지 않았던 것 같아요. 그럴 수밖에요. 언제부턴가 이곳은 아저씨 같은 사람들은 살 수 없는 곳이 돼버렸어요.
이 세상에 미친 사람도 없어. 사회가 정한 규격에 맞지 않으면 점점 미친 사람으로 만들어지는 거지.
그때 민혁이는 도와달라는 말을 하고 있었는데
어제 그 언덕에는 어떻게 오신 거예요?
도와달라고 외쳤었잖아. 마음속에.
아무도 듣지 못했던 거죠. 아저씨는 진짜
I love how this song is basically just slowed down. Oh, it sounds good.
내 마술이 마술 되돌아주세요.
That's one of the first things I heard. I'm like, I've heard this song like 80 times at this point. Like something's different.
마술을 믿으세요? 마술은 기적을 만드는 게 아니라 기적을 발견하게 해주는 것이기에.
Oh, that is a great line.
조금은 칭찬해 주세요. 잘하고 있다고.
Oh, she learns magic too? Cool! Oh god, this is adorable. Oh, this is adorable.
안나라. 수아나라.
That probably means abracadabra, I'm assuming.
당신 마술을
믿습니까?
Oh man, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. That is sweet. That is precious. That is everything that's right in this world. Oh my gosh. Link down below in the description for that wonderfully beautiful, beautiful indeed, beautiful edit. Go throw it some much deserved love. Check out their other edits. I'm sure they have other ones. Sure, it wasn't just a one-hit wonder. So go ahead and check out their channel as well. That was unbelievable. Oh my gosh. It's great. That was so good. Oh, that was like a little mini movie in itself. Wow. Magic, I enjoy magic. You know, I like watching David Blaine and other magicians. Like Chris Angel had a long time there, Mind Freak or whatever his title was. His show was kind of interesting. All the magic movies, for some reason, I don't know why magic movies like came out at the same time there. The Prestige and The Illusionist. The Illusionist was great. It was Edward Norton. It was Paul Giamatti. It was just really wonderful. Oh, Jessica Biel, I think, was in it as well. It was just super wonderfully done. Oh my gosh. And then another one that was incredible was Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, and it was directed by Christopher Nolan. It was one of his best movies. I think it's one of the most underrated Christopher Nolan movies ever. The Prestige. If you have not seen it, do yourself a favor and watch both of those. Watch them both. They're both really worth it. I'm telling you. They can be slow in parts, but it is just great cinema. Great cinema. Even if you're not into magic, it's still interesting. But yeah, magic is, I don't mind it. I think it's fun. I think it's kind of interesting. I like the illusion of it. Creativity. Get a lot of creativity out of it. Penn and Teller were excellent. Their show Bullshit, as it was mentioned, as it was titled, was very interesting. I haven't seen a lot of David Copperfield, but I know he's been a huge name in Las Vegas for a long time. Certainly one of the biggest magicians in the world. But there's just something about it. It's just wonderful. Mentalists is another thing that's really cool. You don't even have to believe in it. You don't have to believe it's real to enjoy it. You can literally just get lost in it. Lost in, oh, how did he do that? Or how did they do that? Or how did she do that? Or, very questioning of it. You could be skeptical, but you don't have to believe in it to enjoy it. Very ubiquitous. You can enjoy it no matter what. I don't know. I enjoy it. I really like it. And those movies are just fan-frickin-tastic. Oh, let's not play it again. Let's bring up the informational window. There we go. Sound of Magic is a 2022 South Korean television series based on a webtoon. The series tells the story of a mysterious magician suddenly appearing in front of a girl who lost her dream, and a boy who was forced to dream. The series was released exclusively on Netflix. Gosh, Netflix just hitting it out of the park with some of these. Let's see. It is a musical, really, under the musical genre. Coming of age. The Sound of Magic. That makes sense. Called The Sound of Magic. I literally said Sound of Music to try to introduce this place. Sound of Magic is an emotional musical drama. It revolves around Yoon, an impoverished student at Suwon High School, who has stopped believing in magic since childhood. After significant misfortune, she wishes to grow up faster to escape the stress of her life. You know what's sad about that? The faster you grow up, the more stress you have. Because after you grow up, then you have adult problems, right? And that's just more stress. So growing up, that is such a misnomer for kids. And I wish we could all be like, don't force yourself to grow up too fast. It's just new stressors. You're just going to be stressed about different things. If I could go back in time and tell myself, I don't know what you think adulthood is, but it's not what you think it is. Like, it's literally just kid drama at a larger scale. She then meets Ree, I think that's what it is, an adult magician who wants to remain a so-called child. That is kind of the beauty of magic, isn't it? It's very innocent in a way. It's almost, I look at magicians almost like they're trying to keep that spark of childhood wonder alive. Whether or not they do it, I don't know. But the people themselves that are the magicians, it just feels like they want to keep that spark. The spark of childhood wonder and the spark that gives us kind of a sparkle in our eye. It's wonderful. Reminds me of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah, exactly. Under suspicion from the community, he claims to be a real magician, asking everyone he meets, "Do you believe in magic?" After being a frequent visitor of Ree's residence at an abandoned amusement park, well, no wonder people look at him with suspicion. Ai's classmate, Na, a cold and well-off student, starts to eavesdrop on her magic lessons and shows a liking for Ai and magic. Ai's life changes as she becomes a follower, once again believing in magic and pursuing her dreams. I don't know about the whole word follower, because that kind of gives a little culty vibe to it. I'm wondering what the suspicion from the community is. Like, are they just thinking he's a nut job or something? 'Cause I don't think that's weird for a magician to be like, do you believe in magic? Well, watch this. You know, you're like, do a trick or whatever. It's beautiful in the sense of making her pursue her dreams. Absolutely. But yeah, I don't think that's weird if he asks, do you believe in magic? That could be his tagline. Like, do you believe in magic? Now, do you? You know, it makes sense. Mysterious magician who lives in an abandoned amusement park. He wants to remain a child, even in adulthood. Wow. Yeah, that definitely hits like Charlie and the Choco Factory. That definitely hits like that. High school student living alone with her younger sister and wanting to grow up sooner than later. She struggles to make a living. Huh. This is a Reddit post on people discussing whether or not it matches up with the webtoon, which it's based. Does the K-drama The Sound of Magic do justice to the original webtoon? To be honest, I'm a huge fan, the author of the original webtoon, and have read and loved the webtoon. I got to know about this drama when I was reading it, so I want to know if the drama does it justice and succeeds in giving the deep messages that were given by the webtoon. I don't know about the original webtoon, but if you really love a writing, you tend to be disappointed with the live action version of it. That seems to be true with everything. Whenever I hear someone who really enjoys the book or the play or comic or whatever based off of, the live action never quite lives up to it in their eyes. Certainly there's probably exceptions, but that just seems to be the overarching like average that I tend to see through, online or just personal discussions with people. Something intriguing about the show, but I also feel like something is missing. I'm a big fan of musical theater. I love most of the songs and performances. They don't move me. I don't really feel invested in any of the characters, nor am I mad at any of them. I just feel neutral. I usually like slow and boring shows, but this show managed to be boring while having a lot of things going on. I mean, you have magic, you have music, you have somewhat beautiful settings, you have different stories, yet it managed to fall flat. Thanks for the review. The author had used a lot of symbolism, and we had developed strong feelings towards the main character. That's why I asked the main characters. You hit the nail on the head. I stayed up late to finish it, and then I was mad I had stayed up late to finish it. Oh, that's never good. That's never good. I hate doing that. I wanted to really care about the characters, but something was definitely missing. Got 5 upvotes. And this person disagrees. They say, yes, I love the webtoon and adored the drama. I thought that making it into a musical was a great way to make it feel surreal, since the drama isn't shot in black and white. Definitely feels different, but I definitely get why he can't be CGI for a majority of the show. Making him externally show him be a disaster and trying to talk to Yoon was a good compromise. He's still very endearing. Really liked everyone's take on the characters. Shyy is slightly more playful than I expected, but super charming. Yoon's actress also did a great job. It's very faithful to the webtoon, and I really enjoyed watching it. If I had a complaint, it would be that I wish that the songs were a bit more distinctive, but I still like them, especially The Curse of Asphalt. I personally think the music numbers should have been cut, and they should have reduced the runtime a bit, but otherwise it was good. I haven't read the original webtoon, though. Well, that's the whole point of the thread. That's funny. I ended up skipping through the musical part, and I never skip parts in dramas. The drama held my interest a lot more after that. Overall, I enjoyed it, but I agree I could have lived without that part of it. So some people are hit or miss on the music part. Okay, here we go. The original webtoon has always been my favorite so far, so I was really excited when the adaptation was released. Since I had forgotten the original's pace and fine details, on a surface level, it did remain really faithful. Also, the slight additions, not particularly changes, brought a great touch to the story apart from some of the logical fallacies of adaptation. But that ignored, as a webtoon reader, unsurprisingly and unexpectedly, I really like this adaptation. owing to how the adaptations generally are. This one didn't disappoint me at all. Additionally, G's version of Magician is well enough reason for one to watch the series, just because of his amazing acting in this one and other main casts as well. Interesting. I've read that it stayed faithful to the webtoon, but yes, it was a 7 out of 10 drama for me. I think it would have been higher if it just didn't make it into a musical to begin with, because most of the songs weren't even that memorable. Yikes. If you're going to do a musical, the songs got to hit. I always think back, because they're so catchy. The songs in it are so catchy. The Greatest Showman, oh my gosh. Like, they nailed the songs in that. They nailed it. Oh my God. And you can remember the scenes in that as well with the songs. It was just really well done. In the webtoon, he looked funny the entire series, and it added depth, meaning to the character. But in the show, they didn't really bring that element at all. The least they could have done was obstruct his looks in some way, like blocking out his eyes or never giving us a full face. Not to mention, I think it's a bit ruder to AI than he is in webtoon. That's kind of interesting how, okay, so his face was obstructed to kind of make him more mysterious in the webtoon. They could have technically done that with like a mask maybe, or like the lighting, like have him wear a hat with like a brim, which kind of covers half of his face or something, just to kind of leave the viewer wondering what he looks like. You know, who is this guy? He's definitely, you know, mysterious and creepy a little. You never quite know. And then they could have done like a reveal or something, which would have been nice, but and then we could have seen why the character was so attached to him. So far, it's pretty good. Normally, I'm not interested in K-dramas because dubbing over other languages bothers me when the lips don't sync. I get that. We don't really notice it when most of the dialogue is narration like it is in the webtoon. Yeah, interesting. 7 out of 10. I only finished one episode, though. Oh, come on, man. 7 out of 10. One episode in. 7 out of 10. That's funny. But, I mean, supposedly it's a decent adaptation. I think it's worth a watch. Why not? It is weird to see a show that's not a musical get turned into a musical, but that music has got to be good. It's got to hit. Got to be memorable. Got to hit the pacing. But, I don't know. According to a lot of folks, they just kind of skip through it. Maybe you skip through it. Let's go ahead and jump into the next one. I do like the wonderment of magic. I think it's probably a pretty decent show. If you didn't read the webtoon, I'm sure it's still pretty good. It'd be something I'd be interested in watching for sure. I kind of enjoy those kind of like fantasy shows where it's got some real people and real situations, but it's got that fantasy element as well. The next one is JoJo and Ghetto Arcade. It is an anime music video. The start of my brain rot. Go ahead and jump into this. It is, I believe this is Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm probably saying that probably correctly, but hey, I'm giving it a try. I'm giving it a try. I'm really out of my element, but I'm trying. Let's go ahead and jump into this brain rot, as Will says. yelling dialogue, completely unmatched. It's always good, and it always sounds amazing. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original video. Go throw it some much-deserved love. Excellent art direction on that. It looks beautiful. And one thing I've always said about anime is the fact that you're able to be so creative because you literally can create anything. Paper, pen, whatever your instrument of choice is. You can literally do anything. If you want, 8 arms coming out of a dude, you can do that. It's so much easier to just be creative and build worlds. Do things that are so far out of the real world and fantasy. It's really one of the most incredible art mediums we have. Anime, certainly video games are somewhat on that level too. Although we don't see it quite as much. A lot of the major game developers kind of stick to a formula, and usually it's not too crazy. It's never quite hit the pinnacle that is anime with creativity. And I say that as someone who grew up on video games. I love video games. I think I've spent I've probably spent, I don't even know, months playing video games, years in total time. But I don't think it's ever been quite as creative or as pushing the bounds of fantasy as anime. I don't know if it ever will, because frankly, they won't take that risk. But anime takes that risk. It's beautiful. It's definitely one of the best art forms. I mean, let's just say this. I'm not a huge fan of contemporary art. I would much rather be into anime art than contemporary art. I don't think that's controversial or a tough thing to say, honestly. I literally went into the art museum in town here a couple months ago, maybe, and they had the contemporary section, and it was literally 2 big canvases, part of it. Literally 2 big canvases that were the exact same color next to each other. And I was just looking at it like, I don't get it. Just don't get it. I don't understand it. Maybe it's above me. Maybe it's below me. I have no idea. It is very odd, according to me. Maybe you love it. Maybe you like, interpreting things like that how you will. But me, it was very difficult to get my mind around it. Anyway, let's go ahead and read more on the series, maybe more on the manga and the characters. Let me pull that up really quick. Jujutsu Kaisen, aka Sorcery Battle. 26 volumes. Story follows high school student Yuji as he joins a secret organization of Jujutsu sorcerers to eliminate a powerful curse named Ryomen Sukuna, of whom Yuji becomes the host. Is a sequel to Tokyo Metropolitan Curse Technical School. I've seen the name Viz Media before. They must be a large, American importer, licensor. They license a lot of anime, apparently, or manga. I think we did that for the last JJK video. Honestly, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. I always have to refresh my mind, and maybe somebody that wasn't there for this. Yeah, I'm aware. We have done this before. We have looked at this wiki page before. But we watch so much stuff that my mind at this point is just mush. So I have to remind myself. And then if anybody hasn't seen it as well, they can pick up on it as well. I know not everybody watches every stream, but hopefully if they catch one that does have this, they can get a little bit of information as well. Boy, I'm surprised I haven't lost my voice after 3 hours, but I'm close. Let's look at Geto or Gito Suguru is an antagonist in both. Take that bigger. Easier for you to read and me. He was originally a student alongside Satoru. There we go. And Shoko at Tokyo Jujutsu High School, I'm assuming. His experiences as a Jujutsu sorcerer bred a deep hatred for non-sorcerers, leading to an incident where Suguru massacred over 100 civilians in a single night. He was expelled from the high school and came to be known as the worst of all curse users, ultimately killed by Satoru. Look at the different ones. There's anime, manga. Wow, look at the style difference there. Huh. A lot of sharp angles. Manga. Which one do you prefer? If I were to pick one, obviously the anime is more approachable. I think the manga is more interesting. The anime? Yeah, honestly, it's cleaner. Probably more approachable for most people. I don't know. Something about that manga is just, that's wild. it's I don't know. I feel like he could be sitting still in this and still be like looking like he's in motion. Suguru hated non-sorcerers, usually referring to them as, quote, monkeys. He felt sorcerers are the superior race in humanity's next stage of evolution. He was smug and extremely condescending towards normal humans, using fake personas to lure in vulnerable people who were cursed. The guru found non-sorcerers disgusting enough to spray himself in order to disinfect the monkey stench. He believed monkeys only have two roles in association with him: money collecting and curse collecting. They weren't fulfilling their roles, would gladly allow curses to kill them without any remorse. Wow. In contrast, Suguru cared deeply for his fellow curse users, referring to his commanders as family. Each of them still looks up to Suguru for putting sorcerers as a race first, and hoped that he would become... Boy, this is toxic, huh? Hoped that he would have become king of the Jujutsu world. Suguru was even polite to Jujutsu sorcerers, although this was usually expressed under one of his fake personas. He pretended to befriend Yuta with a full intention of killing him in the future, and insulted one of his friends shortly after his expressing a friendly attitude. Wow. The guru explained to Yuta that sorcerers live in a paradox where the weak rule over the strong. Jujutsu sorcerers live to serve non-sorcerers with no appreciation. Humanity has hindered their own evolution, and in order to ensure their survival as a species, eradicate curses completely, humanity must realize a world of only sorcerers by killing off all the non-sorcerers. It's like Magneto, but depressed. That is a great way to put it. I totally get it now. That is a wonderful way to put that. He explained how foolish it was for humans to create the concept of gods when sorcerers already exist. Bit of a god complex there. Wow, that was really interesting. Used his final moments to tell Satoru that he simply couldn't be happy in this world no matter what. While thinking of their time at Jujutsu High, Suguru even said Satoru could have cursed him at the end, but a bond still existed between them after everything that happened. Yeah. He initially believed that Jujutsu sorcerers existed to protect non-sorcerers. Wow. So very much a Magneto turned to evil, basically. Or turned to like, I'm a god and they should be worshiping me. Interesting. The reason he wants to kill all non-sorcerers is because normal humans produce curses but can't see them. Oh. Oh. Okay. Now I kind of get that. Sorcerers don't produce curses but are responsible for killing curses. Interesting. Oh, so the humans, or the normal humans, keep producing these. They don't see them. And then the sorcerers have to end the curses. So at a certain point, you're probably just like, you guys help a little bit here? Stop creating curses. And at that point, you basically feel like you're cleaning up after them. His friends are killed by curses normal humans produced. Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of get it. I get it now. I understand his logic. Satoru is one of the main protagonists of the series. He's a special grade Jujutsu sorcerer and widely recognized as the strongest in the world. Satoru is the pride of the Gojo clan, the first person to inherit both the Limitless and the 6 Eyes in 400 years. He works as a teacher at the High and uses his influence to protect and train young, strong allies. Complex individual, normally seen to be nonchalant and playful towards his students, close colleagues, and friends. However, he is unsympathetic and cruel towards sorcerer executives, an example being his blatant disrespect towards the principal and his enemies. Satoru is extremely confident in his abilities. Well, if he's seen as the best, I would hope he would be extremely confident. And reputation as a powerful sorcerer, believing himself to be invincible. Oh my gosh. It reminds me of GoldenEye when Boris was just like, I am invincible. His opinion of others... Boy, does anyone get that reference? His opinion of others often only go as far as his judgment of their strength. He is quite apathetic towards anyone who he deems weak. Additionally, greatly influenced by his own desire for power, he is very arrogant. He is convinced... Unfortunately, no. He is very... Wait, where did I just leave? He is very arrogant. He is convinced that he is the strongest in the world, which he technically is, claiming during his fight with Toji that throughout the heavens and earth, he alone is the honored one. This can be further exemplified when he was tasked with protecting Riko, one of the few weak, quote-unquote, weak people he genuinely grew to show compassion for. However, any empathy of her death was soon negated by his extensive amount of pride and arrogance after perfecting his reverse curse technique in his reverse curse technique in his following battle against Toji. During intense battles, Satoru is seen to occasionally fall into a frenzied fighting state, urged by his determination for victory and undeniable proof that he alone is the strongest. Combative style is characterized by his aggressive, domineering attacks while flaunting his mastered techniques to his opponents. Furthermore, in a crisis, he is capable of being cold-blooded. He will prioritize his enemy's destruction over saving innocent people when he believes that the sacrifice is unavoidable. However, this only extends to the people killed by his opponent. He will not do any lasting harm to or kill anyone innocent to gain the upper hand. He's got a bit of a moral code. Nevertheless, despite his haughtiness, boy, that's a word I don't hear often, haughtiness, and strength, Satoru is more human than he first appears. He showed that his recent conceded victory temporarily clouding his feelings. He still felt some grief over death. He was stopped by Suguru, who he relied on as a moral compass at that time before taking action. Satoru was later left visibly horrified and panicked after learning that Suguru, his one and only best friend, has become a murderous curse user. Satoru attempted to reason with his friend, but eventually realized and accepted that he lost the one person he truly saw as an equal. Dang, oh my gosh. That's huge. That's really the only person that's like grounding you, seems like. Satoru's endgame is to reform the Jujutsu world from the bottom up through education. He seeks to foster a new generation of sorcerers that he hopes will one day become his equal. That's lovely. That is a great storyline. I like that. Master of hand-to-hand combat, prized, immense strength, immense endurance, great tactical intellect. Toru is known within the Jujutsu Society as the strongest sorcerer in the world. Earned this alias due to the immense amounts of cursed energy he possesses. His cursed energy is vast enough to use a domain expansion at least 5 times in one day, while most sorcerers can only use it once. Excellent control over his cursed energy, capable of activating his domain in a split second. Use reverse curse technique and even combines positive and negative cursed energy. Also known to have 2 overarching abilities, being the first in 400 years to have both the Six Eyes and the Gojo family's Limitless curse technique. Limitless. At the base level, Limitless is an innate technique which is derived from the Gojo family. This technique grants its users almost absolute control over space through cursed energy manipulation at atomic level, resulting in multiple subsequent results and techniques within the overall ability, with the manipulation of space as just the base level of the technique. Limitless has 3 standard and 1 non-standard form beyond this. That's pretty impressive. At an atomic level, that's wild. That is absolutely wild. Good grief. I'm sure the fight scenes in this are just unbelievable. Basically, Magneto and Professor X, Grindelwald and Dumbledore. Yeah, it kind of makes sense. That's very interesting. It makes for entertaining series. It makes for an entertaining comic or manga. Just that struggle, that eternal struggle. Really amazing. And this is their ship. Apparently they're shipped. They have a slash ship fandom. During a period known as their Blue Spring of Youth, both of them attended high together. Despite their conflicting philosophies, they become best friends and often fought each other in battle. A wedge was driven into their friendship after both boys failed to protect Amanai, Rico from death. Spiraled down. Geto spiraled down as he questioned his path as a sorcerer, while Gojo grew immensely stronger. Interesting. They chose different paths. Very much like Professor X and Magneto. I'm always going to have that stuck in my head now. That is a good way to put it. Question is, why are they shipped? Because they were close at the beginning? Status of relationship, best friends, both are deceased. Oh my god. Oh, wow. Both are deceased. It is the most written ship for both Gojo and Ito or Geto under the fandom's manga and anime tags on an archive of our own. The most written ship in the fandom tag on the whole. Been on the list of top 100 Tumblr ships for consecutive years. Pairing attracts a lot of people due to the characters' connection they formed as young adults and sorrows that followed. Oh, my one and only. Gotcha. Their contrasting aesthetics, personal views, and eventually their opposing positions in the Jujutsu world make them a fascinating dynamic to explore. Another thing that sparks interest in the fanbase is that despite Gojo's omnipotence and absolute invincibility, he has one weakness, which turns out to be a memory of his dead friend. There you go. Wow, reached cosplayers too. Wow. All right, that's interesting. Kind of makes sense. Even I can put that together. Wow, there's a lot of moments here. After chapter 238, a lot of fans have also connected the way Kuna says, "I've never needed anyone to satisfy me. Love is worthless," to the way Gojo says in chapter 236, "Satisfied, you're among those patting my back. I might have been sad." It's often been interpreted as a confirmation that Gojo loved. There you go. Yeah, I mean, that kind of puts it plainly, doesn't it? Certainly leaves it open for interpretation. Wow. Obviously, I am not going to click on these links. I don't think it's stream appropriate, probably. But that's pretty interesting. Gojo is supposed to see everything and know everything because of his 6 eyes. Gotcha. Oh, that explains the omnipotence. Boy, that'd be handy, wouldn't it? That'd be extremely handy. Go ahead and move on to the next video. I did like the action scenes in there. Like, it seemed really intense, which, if I'm going to watch an anime or anything like that, I want it to be as intense as humanly possible. Like, really push the bounds of art. Because if it's not pushing the bounds of art, I can just watch that in live action. So if it's anime, I expect crazy. I expect a lot of over the top. The next video is from His Dark Materials, Season 1, San Diego Comic-Con trailer. Apparently this was on HBO. I have no idea what this is. I have no idea what this is. We're going to find out together. Let me go ahead and hide that info window for right now. Let's go.
Gentlemen, there is a war raging right now with the Magisterium, between those trying to keep us in ignorance and those willing to fight for truth and freedom. Who will stand with me?
James McAvoy.
This kind of heresy is of the highest priority to the Magisterium. I need to know where he's going and what he intends
HBO
to achieve.
and BBC? What?
Bronco's packing up to leave. You're not leaving!
I can't stay! The North is no place for a child.
Myra, the Master's asked if I can find a place for you. And I want you as my assistant.
You're an explorer too, just like my uncle.
I can teach you to wield power, but you must let me mold you.
We believe there is an organization that is stealing children and taking them north.
Sometimes children can just disappear.
I promised to do everything I could to protect you from harm. This, it's an alethiometer. It is illegal unless approved by the Magisterium.
What does it do?
It tells you the truth. She has to make a journey. One which I'm afraid includes a great betrayal.
This is some dark stuff right here. So the title checks out.
I suspect it's trying to warn you of everything.
He scores me. I can fight.
Oh.
I can fly.
What question should we be asking you that we are not?
The Magisterium have muscle. I would ask where I could obtain the services of an armored bear.
Armored bear?
I'm ready to fight.
These people need our help, Yorick. Let's go get it.
Huh. Definitely a fantasy. That looked interesting. Like, the bear is weird. The armored bear. I don't know where that comes from, but that is cool. I'm sure there's a lot of gruesome scenes in there. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original edit or video. Go throw it some love. That was something. I've never seen or heard that. It's cool that HBO and BBC did a show together. I'm sure it's fantastic. James McAvoy is a great actor. I saw a couple actors in there that are really good. There's always, I don't know, there's always something about stories of orphans and disappearing, or maybe the orphanage is mistreating the orphans, or foster homes, that kind of thing, not treating the foster kids well. Those stories are always either very creepy, like horror film, or they are intriguing in some way. Because we all have this innate protecting kids in us, this feeling. So it makes sense that there would be a show based around it, or movies. And it grabs you. It grabs your interest. And you're just like, what happens to these kids? Are they okay? It's very interesting how that plays out in your mind. Watched it a while ago, and I remember it being quite good. Excellent. That's good. Dang, I can't believe I didn't hear of it, like, at all. So strange. Then again, 2019 was a couple years ago. I don't know what happened. We like memory hold the last 5 years, but let's go ahead and look into some more information on this. I am interested to find out. It looked great. It kind of had that. What's a good way to describe it? It kind of had that industrial revolution era feeling to it, that grittiness, that dirtiness feeling. If you've ever played Assassin's Creed, gosh, what is it? Assassin's Creed. Oh gosh, that's gonna drive me nuts. I gotta look it up now. Which one is it? Not Unity. I got a list here. I want to say Odyssey, but that ain't it. That is not it. Not Rogue, not Odyssey, not Origins. Syndicate. That's it. It's based in kind of a industrial revolution, London, basically. Very dirty, gritty, cobblestone. It's kind of rough around the edges. It definitely reminds me of that. Dark Materials is a fantasy drama based on the trilogy of novels. Bad Wolf. Done some good. New Line Productions. They've obviously done. HBO handled international distribution. 8-episode first season. Premiered in 2019. All 3 series or seasons received generally positive reviews, with praise going towards its cast. I'm not surprised. Those are some good actors there. Visuals, not surprised. Production values, musical score, and its faithfulness to the source material. Hey, wow. All right, there you go. Set in a multi-world reality with the acting moving from one world to another, the series is based on the trilogy of the same name. Set in an alternative world where all human souls manifest as animal companions, called daemons. Daemons? Follows the life of a young girl named Lyra, orphan living with the scholars at Jordan College, Oxford. in a world governed by the magisterium, a religious and political body. Lyra discovers a dangerous secret that involves Lord Asriel and Rissa Coulter, and is the subject of a witch's prophecy. She will change the world. In her search for a missing friend, Lyra also uncovers a series of kidnappings and a link to a mysterious substance called dust, which leads her on a journey of epic proportions and ultimately to other worlds. The witch's prophecy also links Lyra's destiny to Will Parry, a teenager from the conventional world who is himself being pursued by figures connected to his long-lost father. Interesting. So it's kind of like a dual world or multiple world. Question is, how is she going to change the world? Obviously, that is a huge spoiler. How is she going to change the world? 3 seasons, 23 episodes. Not bad. Definitely bingeable. About an hour long each episode. See if I can find thoughts on it. Inception. Series 1, Season 1, however you want to say it, received mostly positive reviews from critics. On Rotten Tomatoes, the first series has an approval rating of 77%, based on reviews from 114 critics. That is not bad. That is not bad at all. That is a good amount of critics and a relatively high score. With an average rating of 5.75 out of 10. That's good. The website's critical consensus reads, the daemon, which is in the details, and while his dark materials, visual splendor, and exceptional performances, both of those are not very surprising. HBO is obviously known for putting a good deal into their visuals, and I'm sure the BBC as well. And exceptional performances deftly capture the essence of Philip Pullman's seminal novels. Could use a little more magic. On Metacritic, the series is a 69 out of 100 based on reviews from 22 critics, indicating generally favorable reviews. Hollywood Reporter wrote that this effort nails much of what makes the books pop, and both the special effects and the star-studded cast, led by Daphne Keane and Ruth Wilson, are in fine form. However, he followed that by saying, what never fully worked for me in the 4 episodes sent to the critics. So they only send him 4 episodes? What? Sent to the critics is a necessary feeling of narrative and thematic momentum. It's vastly better than the movie, but neither fun nor smart enough to quite succeed. They only get sent 4 episodes? That's it? Like, what? You don't get any story arc in there. That's crazy. How are you going to talk about a series if you've only seen 4 episodes? How are you going to rate a series if you've only seen 4 episodes? That's like that one Reddit user we looked at for that one show, who's just like, for, what was it? Deathly Class or something? They were just like, oh, I've only seen 1 episode, 7 out of 10. It's like, you've seen 1 episode. That's not much. Come back when you've seen the whole thing. Caroline from Variety wrote, despite the rich complexities of the novel's world, power-hungry players, and warring faiths, HBO's His Dark Materials feels like it could have been plucked from most any other fantasy epic out there. His motto is critical of the show's inability to capture the connection between humans and daemons. Telegraph gave the first episode 4 out of 5 stars, calling it a fine piece of drama, capturing the strangeness and childlike wonder of the books, but also the rigor and bite. This is intelligent populism writ large. How are you giving reviews to 1 episode? That to me is wild. What is going on? Like some very loud noises coming outside, but you can't hear it because I have a noise gate on, thankfully. Maybe you can hear it as I'm talking. But it is loud. Like, it is loud. I can barely hear myself think. Stuart Jeffries of The Guardian praised the second series or season, and in particular the villainous Mrs. Coulter, calling Pullman's creation a compelling monster, and that writer Jack Thorne clearly revels in punching up Coulter as a combination of Lago and Lady Macbeth, with a hint at her most pantomimic of Cruella de Vil. And you never know what she might do next. That's what you want out of your villains, honestly. You want them unpredictable. This person called it slow-moving and inhospitable towards newcomers. His Dark Materials has a lot going for it, but it desperately lacks a sense of fun and, crucial for fantasy, the promise of escapism. I don't know. That's weird. The final season or series has a 90% critics review. So it's going up. Why did it only get 3 seasons? And it won some awards. The heck? It won a decent amount of awards. Why did it get canceled, or did it only do 3 seasons? That makes no sense. What was the ratings on it? Holy crap, it was getting good views too. Well, at least in the UK. Oh, it never really popped in the US. But it was popping over in the UK. That's crazy. 7.7 million? 9.7 million? Oh my gosh, look at the difference there. Good grief. Oh, wow. 149,000 average US viewers, as opposed to 3.3 million UK viewers. Good grief. Well, maybe that's why it got canceled, honestly. Or at least over in the US. I don't know if it's still continuing over there in the UK, but it's too bad. Trying to think why that might be. Because it wasn't a big story over here? Like, it never really took off? That's so strange. That is so strange. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That is not a good number. Does it give, like, the key demo numbers? Because that'd be interesting. It doesn't. Dang it. Oh, The Golden Compass. I freaking remember that movie. I never actually saw it, but I remember it being advertised. 2007 feature film. The film was criticized by both religious organizations who objected to the story's anti-religious elements, as well as by fans of the trilogy who disliked the dilution of these elements. Despite earning $372 million worldwide, the film underperformed at the box office in North America, making any sequels unlikely. So why did they try to release it again in the US as a show? If the movie failed or underperformed, why would they again try to do that? Because clearly the ratings kind of showed that as well. Gosh, the stars were incredible. Nicole Kidman, Daniel Craig, Sam Elliott, Ian McKellen, Eva Green. What the heck? That is star-studded too. That's too bad. Production budget of $180 million. One of New Line Cinema's most expensive films. Premiered in London. Grossed $372. So it didn't perform well in the US. It looked like they performed well worldwide, at least. Like, it made money-ish. Because you double the budget, and that gives you kind of the marketing budget as well. So it's around there. Like, it probably was even, if not a little bit of profit. I guess they were expecting like more like $1 billion film or something, but that's too bad. That is way too bad. Yeah, it just never popped in the US. It just did not. They don't even have the ratings for the last. Oh my gosh. They don't even. Oh Lord. Yeah, that's pretty low. Well, I guess it's not surprising why it didn't make 4 seasons series. That's too bad. Go ahead and move on to the last video. Before we do so, let's hop into an ad really quick. What's really sad about that? I like fantasy movies and shows, and especially if it's based on a novel, as long as the adaptation is good, or, you know, it kind of matches the tone a little bit to it, it should be pretty decent. And I would give it a chance based on that theatrical trailer. God, I can't even think. It's so loud right now. I know you can't hear it, but it is so loud outside. I think they're trimming trees, and then they're throwing it through one of those tree, like, eviscerators. I don't know what those are called, but yeah, it's so loud. That trailer makes it look good. Like, it's surprising to me why people didn't watch it. US, at least. Good grief. Anyway. Let's go ahead and go on to the last video of the day, of the week. It is Rory Williams' Last Centurion from Doctor Who. End with a bang. Let's jump into it.
It's me. Hello.
What's your name?
Rory.
It's Rory. I'm Rory.
Rory Williams from Ledworth. There's the man who's never gonna let us down.
Who are you? You and the doctor.
Oh my God, it's him.
Just answer his question, please.
It's him though. The doctor, the raggedy doctor.
Rory. Doctor.
It's a lot to take in, isn't it? Tiny box, huge room inside. What's that about? Let me explain.
It's another dimension.
It's basically another dimension.
After what happened with Prisoner Zero, I've been reading up on all the latest scientific theories.
Every time we flew away with the doctor, we'd just become part of his life.
We are in Venice, and it is 1580.
I choose my friends with great care.
The sun's going out, and you're photographing a man and a dog. Why?
Question? Bit sinister. What's the answer to not get us killed?
Thinking, Rory! Oh, you see, so clever. I missed you, Rory.
Don't do that.
Can you ride a motorbike?
I expect so. It's that sort of day. Just get away from him. Run!
Heil! Heil!
We're not leaving you. Just leave her.
Yes, you're not quite so impressive.
Would you like me to repeat the question? No, too fast. I'm not getting it. Sit still. Shut up.
Oh, Rory. Rory! Always with the Rory!
Again?
There are soldiers all over my house, and I'm in my pants. I always wanted to visit the Statue of Liberty. I guess she got impatient.
How long were they away?
7 weeks.
He was right. It blots out everything else. This is weird.
Yeah, says the time-traveling nurse.
Hi.
Right. I'm due at work.
You're a doctor.
Yeah? And unlike you, I've actually passed some exams. Got my job.
Oh, yes, Rory. The universe is awaiting, but you have a little job to
It's
go
not little. It's important to me. I'm a nurse.
Everyone here loves you. The nurses, the doctors. You're a lifesaver, mate, literally.
What you do isn't all there is. You get to see my awesome nursing skills in action for once.
I know that she's afraid, and she needs our help.
I watched her die. I shouldn't let it get to me, but it still does. While you carry a trowel, I carry a med pack.
Letting it get to you. You know what that's called? Being alive.
Never seen one of those.
Look out for cool stuff wherever we go. You know, some people it's cars and hardware. For me, it is nursing supplies. Hey, it's okay, it's over.
I noticed your eyes right off. Nice eyes. Kind.
You're not scared of anything. She'll be fine.
You can promise
I'm
me
really
that,
liking
can
the
you?
interaction between the
After all
doctor.
the time I spent with you at TARDIS, what was left to be scared of?
Why didn't you stop it? I promise, I tried.
Well, you should have tried harder! You have no idea how dangerous you make people to themselves when you're around.
This is your fault.
I'm so sorry, but Rory...
No! This is your fault! You know what's dangerous about you?
Oh, this is so you, isn't it?
What? It's not that you make people take risks, it's that you make them want to impress you.
This isn't fair. You're turning me into you.
It's not how I travel. Then I do not want to travel with you!
You've forgotten not all victories are about
Seems like
saving.
Rory's almost like a compass.
I want the other life.
Your dream wife, your dream job, probably your dream baby. Maybe this is your dream.
You know, where we're happy and settled and about to have a baby.
Loyal soldier, waiting to be noticed. Always the pattern. Why is that?
I just wanted a nice village and a family.
And what about the gooseberry here?
I thought you'd chosen me, not him.
Oh.
You think it ought to be him, but it's not. It's you.
I wasn't sure who you were talking about, you know.
You are always so insecure.
You ran off with another man?
Neil.
Him? I just want him.
Wherever you are, becoming, I swear.
I love Rory, and I never told him.
Wherever she is, and she always knows that I am coming for her. Do you understand me?
Amy, I love you. Amy, basic fact of our relationship is that I love you more than you love me.
To save you, I could do anything.
I don't know. Anywhere's good for me.
Oh God, I was going to be cool. I wanted to be cool. Look at me.
You're okay. Crying room with a baby. Definitely cool.
Why do you have to be so... human?
Because right now I'm not. I trust the doctor with my life.
I thought you'd come back for me.
I'm sorry, Rory. But you just died. There are fixed points through time where things must always stay the way they are. If you leave, you might die.
I can't die here.
We're dead, aren't we?
Rory! If his body's absorbed, I'll forget him.
We're dead.
Kind of an
Again.
occupational
If I fall through a
hazard
crack and now
of
it was
traveling
never
with the doctor, I'm assuming.
Thought I was going to die.
Is he very real
Welcome to my
possibility
life.
you might die?
Stop it, you'll
If you haven't
die.
already.
Twice. Who else could do that?
But you died.
Yeah. I know. I was there.
You died and then you were erased from time. You didn't just die. You were never born at all. You never existed.
You think you'll just come back to life?
When don't I? I was dying, and then I was just here. A Roman soldier. A proper Roman. So what am I?
You're a nesting duplicate. A lump of plastic with delusions of humanity.
I'm Rory! But I'm Rory now.
He has a name, but the people of our world know him better.
Rory the Roman. That's a good title. Hello, Rory.
Rory the
As
Roman.
The last centurion.
2,000 years, Rory. You won't even sleep. You'd be conscious every second. It would drive you mad. 2,000 years.
According to legend, wherever the Pandorica was taken throughout its long history, the Centurion would be there, guarding it.
And not even an army can get in the way.
2,000 years I waited for you.
Remember it? The boy who waited.
No.
He lied.
That's wild.
Of course I'm lying. They hurt me over and over and over.
Not the sort of thing anyone forgets. The last centurion.
We have to grow up eventually.
But since you dropped us back here, since you gave us this house, you know, we built a life.
Real life and doctor life. I'm gonna miss this.
You said that in the past tense.
Actually, we think home for us.
Could we leave it a while? Not forever, just a couple of months. Our friends are going to start noticing that we're aging faster than them.
2 lives.
Actually, it's you they can't give up, Doctor.
What do we do?
Choose.
You know when sometimes you meet someone so beautiful, and then you actually talk to them, and 5 minutes later they're as dull as a brick. Then there's other people, and you meet them and you think, not bad, they're okay. The weeping angels. Did they get Rory? Where is he? Did they take him? And then you get to know them, and their face just sort of becomes them. That gravestone, Rory's, there's room for one more name, isn't there? They turn into something so beautiful. It'll be fine. I know it will. I'll
this
be
is
with him
beautifully done.
like I should be. Me and Rory together. Rory's the most beautiful man I've ever met. I'll be with him.
So know that we lived well, and we're very happy.
Margaret of Life. I should have known. I should have known. Link down below in the YouTube description for the original edit. Go through it some much deserved love. Check out the rest of the channel as well. I'm sure you're going to love more of the content that's available. I've reacted to quite a few Margaret of Life videos over the years at this point, and they're always good. They're always good. Go ahead and check them out. Rory Williams was a human nurse and companion of the 11th Doctor. He was Amy Pond's husband. He began traveling with the Doctor on the night before their wedding, but he died and was erased from history after being absorbed by the time field. Shortly before the Pandorica was opened, Rory appeared as a Roman, waited for Amy to come out of the Pandorica for basically 2,000 years, and was restored to a human after the second Big Bang. He went on to marry Amy and resumed traveling with her and the Doctor. During this time, his child, Melody Pond, was born. When the Doctor married River, Rory became his father-in-law. In 2012, he was sent back in time by a weeping angel, was soon followed through time by his wife. He died at the age of 82 sometime before 2012, his gravestone standing in a graveyard in New York City. Wow, that was such a powerful freaking edit. Gosh. Like a little mini movie. Grew up, he was a childhood friend of Amelia Pond and grew up in the town of Ledworth. He was privy to her tales of the Raggedy Doctor. He found himself a reluctant participant in dress-up games that she based on them, though he did not believe the Doctor was real. The pair were also friends of Mel's Zucker, who, unbeknownst to them, was their daughter from the future. That's crazy. I love it. I love the time travel. It just makes things so interesting. And you probably never see it coming, unless you're like a regular viewer and you kind of pick up on these writing techniques. At the primary school is where he and Amelia first met. It was known as the school Freak and Geek. Freaks and Geeks, what a good show. I don't know if you've ever seen it or heard of it. It was actually pretty decent. Not a lot of seasons to it, but it was good. With very few friends other than Amelia and Mel's. Amelia made him dress as the Raggedy Doctor at Halloween at one point during the 90s. Obviously, kind of peeling away from being a nurse, although not really peeling away from being a nurse. You always have it in you, but I mean, if you're traveling with the Doctor, you're not in the hospital all the time. After departing from the Doctor, Amy and Rory lived out their lives together, with Rory possibly becoming a full medical doctor at some point. By 1939, Rory and Amy had used royalties from the Melody Malone novels to buy a home. Rory had grown a mustache in what he claimed was an attempt to blend in, and began practicing meals when rationing started, despite Amy reminding him they had until 1942. They lived through World War II, and Rory was impressed with the public spirit he encountered throughout the war. 1946, he and Amy adopted a son, Anthony. Rory began writing a book about his and Amy's lives for his son, dictating passages by making videos on what he described as the only working smartphone in the world. That'd be interesting. Can you imagine going back in time and showing people a smartphone, like an iPhone or an Android? It'd be wild. Rory died at the age of 82. Amy was buried beside him. Their graves were visited by their younger selves, River and the Doctor, in 2012, whereupon Rory and Amy were sent back in time by the Angel. Rory's adventures as the lone Centurion became the subject of an exhibit the National Museum. The feature in a directory of impossibilities. The Lone Centurion, or occasionally the Last Centurion, was an epithet applied to Rory Williams, who was affectionately nicknamed Rory the Roman by the 11th Doctor, following his living through centuries of human history in the guise of a Roman centurion to protect Amy Pond in the Pandorica. Unbelievable. The Romans being Amy Pond's favorite topic at school, Rory Williams, a friend of hers since childhood, dressed as a Roman centurion on at least one occasion. There he posed for a photograph alongside Amy. That was that photograph that we saw. While traveling with Amy, then his fiancée, and the 11th Doctor in the TARDIS, Rory Williams was fatally shot by a Restak and erased from time when his corpse was consumed by a nearby crack in time. That's really fascinating. This is such a great storyline. My God. There's one thing I've noticed about all these Doctor Who edits is that it is so creative. And it's not surprising it has gone on for this. It is just constantly reinventing itself, constantly new showrunners, new writers. It's not surprising. And it will probably continue to be so way into the future as new generations come aboard. As long as they keep making it appealing to new generations, it'll go on forever, right? Following the total event collapse, all the other Aughtons were erased except for the duplicate Rory, who was left on Earth, the only remaining planet, weeping over Amy. It was then that the Doctor suddenly appeared in front of him to tell him that Amy was not completely dead, swiftly ordered him to open the Pandorica with the sonic screwdriver for the purpose of rescuing Doctor's earlier self. Bewildered Rory followed these instructions, which led to a reunion with the earlier bewildered Doctor. Because most of the universe had been erased and the Nestines were now non-existent, Rory's mind was fully restored and he was now in unfettered control of his actions. To save Amy, the Doctor placed her in the Pandorica, where her life would be restored, though she would be in there for nearly 2,000 years to complete the process. The Doctor, using Riversong's vortex manipulator, offered to take Rory to retrieve Amy in the future, but the duplicate Rory refused, saying he had to make sure no harm came to the Pandorica. The Doctor admires Rory's humanity, Aughton or not, and left him to his duty. At some point, Rory had farmers remove the Pandorica for a nobleman from the Roman town of Iska. Rory watched over Amy for nearly 2,000 years. Following the box wherever it went, it became the stuff of legend. As the last Centurion, a mysterious figure dressed as a Roman soldier who stood guard over the Pandorica, warning off those who would attempt to open it, a mythical sentinel whose story appeared in the folk history of a dozen civilizations. That is such a good storyline. 2,000 years. Rory became the inspiration for political cartoonists. In 1934, he released many leaflets that shows himself and the World War II guy, they'll say on YouTube, with the message, "Don't listen to him, he's rubbish." That's so amazing. That is so good. As the Doctor was remembered by Amy, he reappeared at her and Rory's wedding, at which point Rory remembered plastic. On their honeymoon, Rory wore his Roman outfit while Amy assumed her kissogram police officer costume. That's so funny. That's so funny. Oh, that's great. That is excellent. What a wonderful, wonderful storyline. Rory later adopted the mantle of the last Centurion again when it was revealed that now pregnant Amy had been abducted. What a great storyline. So imaginative, so interesting, so fun. Always original. What a great show that is. What an unbelievable show. I hope you enjoyed those 5 videos. We are done for the day, done for the week. I shall see you on Monday next week for all new videos, and go Monday through Thursday. We're quickly catching up on YouTube requests, so we'll be switching over to the more formalized schedule, which should be about 2 times a week going forward. I'll let you know. I'll make posts about it. It'll be very obvious. It'll be on the Twitch schedule if you're on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, I'll make posts about it. You'll know about it as we approach. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. If I don't see you Saturday for the Life is Strange finale, Chapter 5 in the afternoon for me. I don't know exactly what time it is for you, but you can find out if you go to the live stream on Todd Reacts Plays on YouTube, or if you go on the Twitch schedule, you'll see it in your time zone. You're always aware of when exactly it is for you. I shall see you all next week. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the Twitch channel, check out the last day of Winter Collection merch, 15% off for all website members. If you want to request your own videos, you can do so. ToddReacts.com. Become a season or series tier member, and you can do so. You can have your videos on stream, whichever ones you want. Yeah, please do so. I'm always interested to see where this channel goes, because it is led by the audience. The requests kind of lead where we go throughout this. It's super fun. Way back in the day, it was led by me, and I was picking the videos. And I'm like, you know what? My algorithm is my algorithm. I want to go past that. What am I missing? What else is out there? And so you all have introduced me to a vast array of videos and themes and shows and movies and music, etc., that I had no idea even existed. So it has been wonderful. I hope you've learned as well along the way. That's what makes this fun. Join the Discord today. It is free and open and expanding. We are up to 63 members the last time I checked. But you could join and you could make it 64. Go ahead and join that. I shall see you all on the next one. If I don't see you on Saturday for the gaming stream, I should see you on Monday for a video on the YouTube channel or live streamed on Twitch. All right. Take it easy, everyone. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you later.